31 years of defending criminal cases here in the Central Florida area. I have seen so much go wrong. When those lights go on behind you, do you know how many different things I have seen go wrong? Too many to list here, but I'm gonna list 5 anyway to help you out, right? So let's talk about how to do things right so that you don't have to be one of those people over the last 3 decades that I'm like, ooh, that didn't go well. All right, the basics. The lights come on, let's put on our blinker and let's go to a well-lit spot. We can all agree that that's cool. I mean, you would be surprised how many people screw that up. And I get it. How often does this really happen? It doesn't happen that often. You can't always remember what you saw in this video, but I hope you do. Number 2, what you don't know about this cop that is walking up to your car is that his buddy got shot and killed at one of these traffic stops. These traffic stops are dangerous for these cops. So you've got to keep that in mind. I know these traffic stops have been dangerous for we citizens too, but forget about that for a moment. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to remain calm with your hands where they can see them on the steering wheel. Basic stuff. I want you to roll down your tinted window. They need to see inside, okay? If they can't see inside, you're gonna get them all riled up. And like I said, I've seen bad things happen when you get folks all fear riled up. Roll down your window, and that is going to help things go smoothly because it goes wrong when you don't comply in certain ways, okay? Number 3, be prepared with your documentation. If you don't have it all together by the time the officer walks up to your window, I'm cool with that, but please, just let them know. I've got to go in my glove compartment to get this. I've got to go into my center console to get that. If you just start moving around while they're standing there, they're gonna freak out, all right? Like I said, their friends have not done well on traffic stops, and you don't wanna be that person that scares this cop, right? It's not gonna go well for you. I've seen it go bad. Let's not make it go bad. Tell them, hey, I'm going into my glove, I'm going into my center console, I think it's in my purse, you know, et cetera, and they will appreciate that. Things will go well for you if you do that. Number 4, I know this sounds silly, but I've got to say it. Just communicate respectfully with the officer. Yes, officer, no, officer, sure, officer, yes ma'am, no ma'am, because I've seen this go very bad. I had one client, bless her heart, she's rambunctious, and that's an understatement, but she put up her middle finger the entire stop. And the officer asked her to put the middle finger down. I should just cut away to that body cam, but you know, I don't want to publish my client's stuff, but it is entertaining. She was able to give the officer all the stuff while keeping her middle finger up to the point of getting handcuffs, right? You can have your little First Amendment moment, but it's gonna cost you more on my end, and it's gonna cost you more on your end. Let me fight this thing on the back end. You don't need to make your feelings known right there, because this officer will find ways to make your life worse if that's how you're gonna play. And here's another nasty little trick that you wanna keep in mind while you're being respectful, is they're gonna ask you something like, do you know why I stopped you? No, I'm not a mind reader. You don't wanna quote Jay-Z. You don't really want to say anything sarcastic, even though a lot might come to mind like that. You want to say no. Even if you know damn good and well why. Of course I know why you stopped me. I was going over 100 in a 70. I was driving like crap. Don't admit to anything. No confessions here, folks. Just say, no, officer, I don't know why you stopped me. And that will be cool, all right? So the 5th thing I want you to keep in mind is know your rights. And what I mean by that is even my clients that have done all the first 4 things I mentioned right, all these things have been done right, this 5th thing can screw everything up for you, because when I say know your rights, don't consent to a search, and don't confess to something, you know, without having a lawyer present. Don't talk to them without your lawyer. Those are 2 very important things. Those are the rights that I want you to know, because I have had plenty of felony drug charges or gun charges or things found in a car that shouldn't have been found, but for the fact that the person driving did not know their rights and gave the officer consent to search when the officer had no business and no way to search other than to ask consent and get it. I don't want this to happen to you. Politely, no, officer, I do not give you consent to search. No, I do not feel comfortable answering your questions without an attorney present. Simple, easy, anything like that. You don't have to use my words. Use something close to it. It'll be fine. Those are my 5 things that I see go wrong. I just told you how to make those 5 things all go right so that when the lights go on, you're gonna be happy, I'm gonna be happy. You might not even need somebody like me, but if you do, if the lights go on and it turns out you need somebody like me, I do all sorts of defense work. I've defended thousands of clients here in Central Florida. They're all happy. I hope you'll be another happy one. Give our office a call. And if you're just watching because you need knowledge, I need knowledge. I watch people's stuff too. I would ask that you just help us out with a little subscribe, a little like, a little heart. I don't know what the buttons are these days. They're gonna change the buttons every other day, but hit something positive on here and that helps us out. Thank you.